Hey, foodie gang, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You are tuned in with Chef Big Bang Season 3. Episode, I think we're on 62 or 63. Your girl is going so fast, I am losing track. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me point y'all a little bit down. Okay, so last night we prepped out our spaghetti ingredients for making spaghetti for 40 people. Today we are going to cook all of our prep and we are going to go through the cooking process of making spaghetti for 40 people. And if you missed last night, go back and check it out. Here are all my ingredients. The recipe is already down below for this very large amount of spaghetti. And as always, to support the channel, send a super chat with your thoughts, super stickers, even join the channel and become a member. But shout out to all the members. Shout out to Casey. And hey, how are you doing? Okay, so we got a lot here. Let me walk you guys through the ingredient list. And if you were here last night, you already know what's going down. You already know about the ingredients. We have our pasta here. I use thin spaghetti and I got a whole lot of pasta. This is 2 boxes of pasta. Okay, and then we are going to be doing ground turkey and beef. This is ground beef that I got from the butcher. And we have our ground turkey here. And we have a whole lot of crushed tomatoes over here. So I went to the store and I got some more of these cans. Just because, just in case it's not enough pasta sauce. So we got a huge can of crushed tomatoes. And then I have 5 of these cans. So we're making a lot of spaghetti. And we are going to make our pasta sauce completely from scratch. So it is going to be a great episode. And if you are new to the channel, I love spaghetti. And I have a couple of spaghetti recipes on my channel. So check it out. And hey, hello, Liliana. How are you guys? How are you doing today? Okay, so we're making spaghetti for 40 people. And I'm walking you guys through my ingredient list. I showed you guys my noodles, my ground turkey, ground beef, my crushed tomato sauce, or crushed tomatoes back here. I have a whole bunch of cans. And so let me walk you guys through the seasonings that we're going to use. We have our fresh garlic that last night we peeled it, we crushed it up, and we had got all our prep situated. We got some onion powder. And like I said, this is going to be an exciting live stream. We got some basil leaves right here. Oh my goodness. And yes, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then we got a little bit of sugar. I know it's a highly debated topic. Some people feel like sugar doesn't go in spaghetti. Some people do. Whatever you want to do is perfectly fine. I will say the sugar helps balance out the acidity. If you buy store-bought spaghetti sauce, there is sugar in store-bought spaghetti sauce. So calm down, y'all. There's already sugar in your spaghetti sauce when you buy it off the shelf. So we have our, I said garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. But how is everybody doing today? And I want to let you guys know, if you are going to be in the chat, be respectful and stay on topic. We need to stay on topic. It's about the food, not about everything else. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, y'all be getting crazy out here, foodie gang. Okay, we got our oregano. And I'm just getting all these ready so that when I do start cooking, it's a quick process. Okay, I said basil, oregano, Italian seasoning. And you know, when you are cooking, you want to be tasting your food because if it doesn't taste right, you can adjust. And then Liliana said, I'm good, I'm listening, but I'm cooking as well. We got our Mrs. Dash here. Yes, if you guys are on YouTube, go ahead and head over to Liliana's channel, also known as Familia in the chat. Head over to her channel. Great food. I find myself over there watching her channel a bunch. Myself. And then we got the Worcestershire sauce. Okay, I think I said it right. Okay. So, because we are making so much spaghetti, you're going to see me use a lot of pots. When I worked in the kitchen, we had really, really big pots, like huge pots. But I'm not home today. So, I got my 2 large frying pans right here. Got my 2 large frying pans right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 pounds of meat in here and 2 pounds of meat in here. So one of the ground turkeys will go in here, and one will go in here, and one of the beefs, and then one of the beefs. But y'all gonna see. Stay tuned. And Liliana said, thank you. And she said, I didn't make a live today, but I made Mexican rice and stewed meatballs with chipotle and potatoes. That sounds good. And you know what, you guys? Going live every day is very difficult, okay? I know I'll be up here all the time, and I'll be up here talking, but it's hard. It's difficult. Because you got to make up content ideas, and, you know, a lot of people be having, like, they don't know what to do when they go live. So you got to have content ideas. You got to do your prep. You got to get ready. Going live every day is hard. And that's why I say support the channel, support the platform. Okay, we got our pans on the stove. The first thing I'm going to put in here is going to be our meat. I am going to put a little bit of oil in each pan so that the meat does not stick to the pan. And you guys, I can already smell that garlic, and it smells super delicious. Okay, 1 beef in here and 1 beef in there. And so, let me get this out of the way. Let me move some things around. But yes, y'all, going live every day is not that easy. It is very, very complicated. And I'm getting some smoke here. I dropped some barbecue sauce in the pan or in the burner. And it's kind of burning off now. So I put on the fan, and I'm going to open the window even wider. I do not want my smoke alarm to start going off in the middle of this live. That would not be cool. And hey, Angela, how are you doing? How are you doing? We are making spaghetti for 40 people. And I am just getting my meat on the stove. I have some beef here from the butcher. So when you go to the butcher, this is how the beef comes. It comes like in like a 1 pound block. And I really like the way that this beef tastes. And one of the things that I noticed is that, you know how you get beef from the store and there's a lot of fat that comes off of it? This meat does not have a lot of fat that comes off of it. And I really like that. Okay, so I got one of my beefs in there. And then when the burner stops smoking, I will turn the fan off in case I cannot hear the foodie gang. And how's everybody doing today? Have you guys eaten so far? So when I woke up this morning, first of all, I'm still tired from yesterday's live stream where I did all the prep. I tell you, cooking is very tiring. I don't know why, but it really is. And then this morning, I made a turkey and egg sandwich with some pepper jack cheese. You know, a little something to give me some energy so I can make sure that I have enough energy to cook. And then Angela said I prefer the butcher shop myself. You know what? I don't know why, but I would only get my meat from the store and someone took me to the butcher shop. And I was like, this is so much better. But when I lived in Oregon, we had a really good butcher near us. And they even sold a bacon wrapped meatloaf. Oh, it was so good. But it was a really good butcher. And so, now that I've started going to the butcher, am I saying that right? Now that I've started going to the butcher, I really like all their meat. And I hope to one day be in a spot financially where I can get all my meat from the butcher and, like, you know, everything be like high grade. But until then, hit the like button from the game. Hit the like button. Put some money on the table. Okay, so I got my beef in there, and then I grabbed a knife so I can slice open these packs of turkey. And then I'm going to put my turkey in there. And then I'm going to take my knife, my spoon, and go through and break my meat up. Because I am doing a meat sauce. I don't know why, but I just like meat sauces better. But I have done meatballs before. Okay, speaking of meatballs, I have some in the freezer. Some pre-made meatballs. And I keep seeing this meatball sub on my Facebook, and so I want to make that one day. And one thing I would say, foodie gang, when you are cooking, wash your hands, okay? Wash your hands, because you do not want to get anybody sick. And speaking of which, hey, El Chipo, how you doing? You snuck up in here. And El Chipo, I saw your decorations, girl. I need to step my game up. And then, ooh, Lily, honestly, I tried the mozzarella Roden prosciutto. It was so good. Yes, that was delicious, and I'm glad that I discovered that. It was so good. And El Chipa said, are you cooking for Thanksgiving? Of course I am. I already have one of the live streams set up. I'm going to be making collard greens, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And Liliana agreed. She said, El Chipo, I love how you decorate your kitchen, girl. I love the Grinch. Yes, El Chipo, I just be feeling like I am behind on my decorations. When I watch El Chipo's channel, and if y'all don't watch her channel, y'all gotta check it out. But she has already started with her Christmas decorations. And I'm like, man, I ain't even got mine out the box. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and break this up and really mix that beef and turkey, ground turkey together. But I feel like I'm that kind of person where I feel like I can't even think about Christmas until we get past Thanksgiving. But my sister, she will start Christmas shopping in October. And I'm like, girl, it really ain't even that serious. But she will start in October. She's just saying, she like El Chipo, but more. She will start shopping in October and everything. I'm like, Look, I'm gonna do all my Christmas stuff in December. Cause I'm gonna get tired of it and get irritated. And people said, I appreciate you guys. And Liliana said, right, she a hardworking woman and mom and a great decorator. Yes, El Chipo, you know what? We need to take some time out to recognize El Chipo because she is getting it done. You can tell she takes good care of her kids. She like Liliana said, decorating. You know, she's working too and being a content creator. Like, wow, El Chipo, you be getting it done. Like, when y'all try to complain about how it's too much work on y'all and y'all can't do it, think about me and El Chipo. And Liliana said, yes, she is. She's a good example for young women. I agree. Older women as well. And then someone said, what are you cooking? I'm making spaghetti for 40 people for a potluck. And I went live last night and did some of the prep. And now we're back cooking it. Now we're back cooking. And then people said, I lost a lot of family members, so I get really depressed starting in November. So that was to try to stay out of my slumps I get into. Well, I'm glad that you recognize your feelings and you're aware of what you need to do to like work past it. Because it's like we are all gonna have sad moments. And you know, life is hard. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Life is really, really hard. And even if you think you have things figured out, God will humble you. But I think it's important to be in touch with our feelings and to recognize when we are not happy. And that's okay. It's all about what are you gonna do to drag yourself out of that sad place. And it sounds like El Chipo, at least, you know, is working on it. She said, you know what? I know I'm sad, so I'm finna decorate. And El Chipo said, facts. And Liliana said, oh, I understand you completely, Chipo. Me too. But you got this. But prayers to you. But sometimes it is okay to let it out. Very, very true. It's all about working past. It makes you stronger and a better mom and woman. And Liliana said, exactly, Chef, that's right. I said, yes, we are all humans and life is hard. So apparently, these people on YouTube got it figured out, though. Let them tell the story. But we know the truth. Life is hard. Everybody is struggling and learning together. We all need to help each other and support each other. And you know what? Instead of like talking about people and being negative, you can like choose to be a happy person and to be positive, you know. But why does anybody want to be mad and negative all day? I never really understood that. And then it's like they be mad because you happy. It's like let me be happy. Okay, so El Chiba says, so you mix beef and turkey. Okay, so I have made spaghetti thousands and thousands of times. This time I did mix ground beef and ground turkey because I did not have 4 pounds of ground beef, but I had turkey. And so I've mixed my spaghetti. Sometimes I'll do, back when I used to eat a lot of pork, I'll do Italian sausage and ground beef. But I always like to mix my ground beef if possible. And then sometimes I'll just do all ground beef. Sometimes I'll do a mix with turkey and beef. I've even done Italian sausage and ground beef. If you are someone who eats pork, that Italian sausage is a game changer. But today, I have ground turkey and ground beef. So... okay, so I'm just allowing my beef to like cook and breaking it up and mixing it around really, really good. Do y'all like spaghetti? Do y'all like spaghetti? Hey, Zuniga said, good afternoon, everyone. Sending blessings and good vibes to everyone in this chat. Yes, you guys, it is about to be a new year. And I saw this post on YouTube where this woman, what she, AB to the seventh power, if y'all don't know who she is, y'all gotta check her out. But she posted this picture of herself and she was like, what are your goals for 2025? And I was like, man, that is such a great question because I haven't even thought about it. So, what are your goals for 2025, Foodie Gang? What do you guys want to accomplish in the new year? You know, because it's crazy, but like this year is about to wrap up. And let me just tell y'all, this year's been wild. Okay, so the beef I get from the butcher does not have a lot of fat that comes off of it. There is a little bit of liquid in here, but I think it might get reabsorbed. And then turkey's also really, really lean. So if you're using turkey and you're using a lean ground beef, you will not need to drain it. But if you have a lot of grease and a lot of fat in your pan, I recommend draining your beef before you begin building your sauce. Because that grease will ruin your sauce and will just look so nasty. Don't, you know. But yes, what are y'all goals for 2025? But I hadn't even thought about it until I saw that post. And I was like, that's a great question. Like, what are my goals? What are some things that I want to accomplish in 2025? And so I commented down below. And Angela said, I want to lose 25 or more pounds in 2025. I think that that is a great goal. And I think I need to add that to my roster too. But I said this. My answer to the question, what my goals are in 2025, it's like I want to continue to build this channel. I want to continue to be a good mom, and I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Like no matter what happens, I want to be happy, and I'm gonna be happy. And I feel like a lot of times, happiness is not about like materialistic stuff. It's about how you feel on the inside. But some people feel like they need new shoes or new sunglasses to make them happy. I don't necessarily agree with that, but everybody, you know, do what makes you happy. So I got my ground beef here, and I'm going to start adding in my seasonings. Oh, and I almost forgot my onions. Almost forgot something, Foodie Gang, the onions. And Zuniga said, my goal is to spread more love and concentrate on self-care. I think that that is a great goal, is, you know, to just be happy, focus on ourselves. Okay, now I'm going to put some onions in there. And we're making spaghetti for 40 people. Going to a potluck today. Normally, I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I go to potlucks, I don't even be bringing nothing. But I'm like, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to get better. So I was like, let me just bring something. And I thought, you know, spaghetti, because it's Ava's favorite. But yeah, normally when I be on the potluck, I don't even be bringing nothing. Because I be like, I'm so tired of cooking. But I'm going to come through. I'm going to bring the spaghetti. And we're going to have a good time. Okay, later on today, I am going to show you guys how to make collard greens. And then We are back with some more late night prep because it's about to be Thanksgiving and who ain't staying up late to cook? So we're gonna start going in with some of our seasonings. So onion powder. This is the garlic, and I smelled it to make sure because you know onion powder and garlic powder look the same. So sometimes you gotta smell it. Okay, and then we got that fresh garlic. I'm gonna put that in there. I don't like to add my garlic in too soon sometimes because the garlic will start to burn if you put it in there too soon. But this is the right time. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my herbs. And Zunika said, are you going to do turkey in the oven? Yes, I am. And if you are a member of this channel, I gave you a sneak peek of the turkey that I'm going to make for Thanksgiving. So join the channel so you can receive sneak peeks, exclusive content, loyalty badges, emojis, and so much more. And then we got our dash seasoning. Yes, I'm gonna make turkey for y'all all on live. If you are a member, you got a sneak peek of what I'm doing with the turkey. I'm not gonna tell y'all because it's only for the members. Y'all gonna have to wait till everybody else find out. And so we got our seasoning right here. I think it's Italian seasoning. So y'all can see I put a lot of seasonings in my spaghetti. I'm like, the more seasonings you put in your spaghetti, the better you can really layer those flavors. And that's what you want. You want your spaghetti to be flavorful. Okay, so I remember, so when I cook spaghetti or when I be cooking, the whole hallway will start smelling good, right? And so my daughter's friends, they were like at the front door and they were like, what's that smell? And I was like, oh, I'm making spaghetti. They're like, man, we wish we could have some. You know how kids always do that when they want some? They're like, I wish I could have some. And so I gave them my spaghetti and they're like, y'all can't tell their mom this, but they said that my spaghetti was better than their mom. I'm like, that is not that nice. And Zunika said, how many pounds is that turkey? That is a good question. I'm going to have to look on the actual turkey and let you guys know in the next live stream. But I have the turkey in the fridge, and I'm going to be making my seasonings up soon. Like I said, if you remember, you already know what's going down with the turkey. So, I'm going to switch these burners. But they were like, when I gave them the spaghetti, they were like, this spaghetti is better than my mom's. I was like, oh my gosh. They were like, my mom's spaghetti is nasty. I'm like, bro, y'all is just, see, kids just be disrespectful about it. And hey, how are you doing, Shorts? What's going on? We're making spaghetti for 40 people. I got a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I think I'm saying it right. I'm going to add that in. So y'all can see I put a lot of seasonings in my spaghetti sauce. I have the sugar. I'm going to save that sugar for later for when I actually put the tomato sauce in there. And like I said, if you buy store-bought spaghetti sauce, there is sugar in it already. Okay? Y'all don't even know what y'all out here eating. Okay, let me clean up a little bit. Give this a stir. And then we're going to open our gigantic can of crushed tomatoes. And we're going to pour that in here. But let me show you guys how the meat is looking. And like I said, I have lean ground beef and turkey. So I am not going to need to drain my meat off. But if you do not have lean meat, you're going to need to drain your meat off before you start building your sauce. And you know what? That just reminded me. When I used to work in the kitchen, for those of you that don't know, the kitchen industry is male dominated. And so it was so hard for everyone to stay on task because when you're cooking food, there's just a lot of things that you say that, can be like an aphrodisiac or, relate to that. So it's like, it was just so hard for everybody to stay on task. It was crazy. And Zunika said, I love cooking turkey. My recipe is off the chain. Well, do you have juicy turkey? So every year, I kind of feel like I do the same thing with my turkey. So I'm going to try something new this year. And we're going to see how it goes. So I'm just going to clean up. And like I said, the next thing that we're going to do, and I'm also watching the time. Because I want to make sure that I'm on time to the event. And so I was going to go live at 10:30, but then I was thinking, I'm going to have too much time. My food's going to be done. And you know what I'm saying? So I went 30 minutes later. Okay. So when you are cooking for a big event and you have to be somewhere, you want to be on time. So you got to try to plan out accordingly. So got my big can here, my crushed tomatoes. And then I went to the store and I got more crushed tomatoes just in case this can is not enough for 40 people. I got some more. And we are always making spaghetti in my household. So for me, buying more crushed tomatoes is really not a problem because we're always making spaghetti. But y'all hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Okay, so this meat is smelling wonderful. And I can tell you, one day y'all can be able to eat my spaghetti, and my spaghetti is so good. And I have a couple of recipes on 907 Goodies. I did like a low carb spaghetti, and I used spaghetti squash. I did like a spaghetti and meat, a regular spaghetti and meat sauce, and then I did like a bow tie pasta. So your girl got a lot of recipes on my channel. Make sure you check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. So in the kitchen, because we had to open a lot of, these are called number 10 cans in the kitchen. We would have a lot of big cans like this. So our can opener would actually sit on, it was actually like screwed into the table or into the counter. And you walk up to the counter and then it's like this big old can opener that's attached to the surface. And then you use that to open your cans. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, it's just like, imagine cooking at home for like hundreds of people. It's not possible. So, that's the one good thing about the kitchen is like, you have bigger equipment. Okay, so we got our can open here. Okay, I'm going to teach y'all something. Again. So, when you have a large can like this, sometimes when you pour it in, it could splash. So, I'm going to teach you guys a secret. So, what you do... So, to prevent the splashing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whisk and I'm going to pour this sauce over the whisk. Another thing I like to do is I will add water to my spaghetti squash. So I'll put water in this can, and then make sure I get all the tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like I didn't get your money's worth. You already paid for it. Okay, I got my sauce in there. I'm just gonna give this a stir. I have the pan on like medium. When I was sauteing the meat, the pan was on high. At this point in time, I kind of turn my pan down a little bit. Especially when I see the tomatoes start to kind of like bubble, I'll turn the pan down. If you don't, what can happen is that it can like start like splashing. So we are making spaghetti for 40 people. Let me bring y'all a little bit closer so y'all can really see. Okay, we got a lot of spaghetti sauce here. Making this completely from scratch. I'm going to take a little bit of this out because it looks like it has more water in this pan than that pan. So I'm going to probably add a little bit of water to that pan. So we're making our spaghetti sauce. Okay. Let's hit the like button. Let's put some money on the table so we can keep the stove on. And we can continue to cook. Alright. And you guys, turn on the notification bell. I have a lot of lives coming up. Y'all know Thanksgiving is around. It's tomorrow, actually. So, with that being said, you know, it's a cooking holiday. Got a lot of live streams planned. And at this point, this is when I will add a little bit of sugar to help with the acidity from the tomatoes. And if you don't want to put sugar in your spaghetti, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to. You could probably put brown sugar if you would like. So we got that. Okay, you can kind of see this one is starting to bubble a little bit. So I'm just going to stir it. And in a little bit, we're going to give it a taste and see what it tastes like. When we mix our noodles in, I am going to put all of this spaghetti into 2 pots. And then that's when we will add in our noodles. And I have more crushed tomatoes in case I need it. I'm making spaghetti for 40 people. Okay, so we stirred that one. When you are making spaghetti, you do want to stir it pretty often to make sure that it doesn't start to burn on the bottom. And I still never found my crushed red peppers. So let me see if I can find them, Foodie Gang. I'm gonna look for them while we wait for our spaghetti sauce to just cook. And the longer you let it simmer, the better the flavors will be. Oh, I found them. And I am just gonna put a little bit of red pepper flakes in here, not a ton. A little bit. Get my napkins back. Okay, Foodie Gang, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Okay, I got a little bit of crushed red peppers. I'm gonna put just a little bit in there, not too much because I am making this spaghetti for the kiddos, and I don't want them, be like, ah, it's too spicy, Miss Letitia. I don't want to hear none of that. So, okay, so you guys call me Chef Big Bang, but they call me Ava's mom, or they'll say Miss Letitia. Okay, so in a little bit, we're going to give this a taste, and we're going to see what it's hitting for. See what it's hitting for. But we are making spaghetti for 40 people. We have made our meat sauce, and we're going to allow this to cook. And then I have my pasta noodles right here. And empty stomach, what is going on? Okay, so on Sundays, I have a show on my YouTube channel, and the Empty Stomach is my co-host. Y'all, this last Sunday, we were talking about the whole Keith Lee saga. You guys have got to go watch our reactions. You got to check out the live stream. And the story was wild. It was wild. And then Angela said, I love to add one small can of tomato paste to my pot of sauce because I love thick tomato flavor. I also like to add 1 or 2 teaspoons of sugar to my sauce. And Empty Stomach said, hey, lady. Okay, so my dad used to add 1 can of tomato sauce to his spaghetti. So whatever combination that you want to use is perfectly fine, but you gotta season your food. Like, no matter what, you gotta put a little bit of seasoning in there and all that. And Empty Stomach, I'm making spaghetti for 40 people. When y'all send for the food, I'll send you some food. But you gotta send me the money to send you the food. But yes, my dad would, he would put 1 can of tomato sauce in his spaghetti. I don't think I don't think I've ever put tomato paste in my spaghetti. But like I said, whatever combination you use and whatever you, so it's like when you cook a lot, you're able to figure out what works best for you. And yeah, I say do what works best for you. But what's going on, Empty Stomach? But y'all gotta check out our show or almost every Sunday, but not this Sunday. Speaking of which, okay. So normally the Foodie Gang food panel is here on Sunday. They're not gonna be here this Sunday. So what I am doing is I'm having an interview with Chef Shirley. She makes amazing food and she's a catering chef. She has an amazing story. So this Sunday I am gonna be interviewing another chef and she makes amazing food. I cannot wait for you guys to meet her. So, and then Dirty said, "Where's the garlic bread?" You know what? I ain't even worried about it. Okay, so I'm going to a potluck. So when you go to a potluck, you're only supposed to bring one dish. So, and I know that somebody else is gonna bring bread. You know, like if you can't cook, you bring stuff like rolls. You bring stuff like garlic bread. And Empty Stomach at lunch, we are going to be in Atlanta. And you guys, check out the Empty Stomach podcast on YouTube. They also are on the Clapper and Podbean. Okay, so this Sunday, I finally figured it out because I'm new to Podbean. And I never heard of it. But I went to their show and I even joined the panel. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So check out the Empty Stomach podcast on YouTube, on Clapper, on Podbean. They also have a Facebook group as well. And Angela said, that sauce looks good. Let me grab my spoons and we're going to taste it. And we're going to see what's going on. But I like to do a meat sauce when I do my spaghetti. I have done meatballs before and I'm not against meatballs. Meatballs are really, really good. And I even have some meatballs in the freezer. So we're going to have meatballs in our future food gang. And Angela said, that sauce look good. And Empty Stomach said, it does look good. But you know what? Your food can look good, but do it taste good. Now, that's the important part. Okay, I'm going to turn this pan up a little bit and let that heat up some more, but the flavors are good. The flavors are good. I can tell that it just needs more time to cook. The longer you let your spaghetti cook, the better. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but spaghetti the day after is even better. That one right there is cooking. Okay. Let me show y'all my cup. Okay, so I got my little tasting spoon. I got my tasting forks in there, and this is the cup. I sell these. The website. All my links are posted in the description. Okay, so this burner is bigger, so it tends to cook faster. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to rotate my pans. My flavors are really good for my sauce. Like, it tastes really good. And what I like to do, I make sure that I add plenty of seasonings to my sauce. Just because, you know, you're going to put the noodles in there. And, you know, it's going to suck up a lot of flavor. So, I like to season my sauce really, really good. And this one right here, though, this sauce right here, y'all see how it's cooking? Let me move y'all a little bit closer. Can y'all see that? But you see how it's cooking? Now, this sauce right here, you can taste that garlic, that onion. I have Italian seasoning in here. Basil, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder. I got some Worcestershire sauce. So, you know, when you make spaghetti, you gotta season it. Season your spaghetti and stop playing games with the seasoning. Gotta season it. And honestly, if I taste this sauce and it's not enough, I'm gonna add more seasonings. Okay, so what are you? Do you guys eat the day before? I saw something that somebody was saying that the day before Thanksgiving they don't eat. I'm like, what? Or the night before? I'm like, please. I'm finna eat the day before. Sometimes I like to make a little breakfast. Like just I'll probably make like an egg sandwich or a burrito or something, just so that I'll have enough energy to cook on Thanksgiving. It's like if you don't eat, how do you have energy? But my mom, you guys, she would start cooking her Thanksgiving dinner 3 days before, because she would make like sweet potato pie, banana pudding, potato salad, macaroni and cheese. She would make rice, turkey. She would make a lot of stuff. So my mom would start cooking her Thanksgiving dinner like 3 days before. Me, it ain't that serious. Empty stomach said, nope, I eat before Thanksgiving. Yeah. I was watching somebody last night and they was like, you know how the night before Thanksgiving you don't eat? I'm like, bro, the night before, you're kidding. Like, there's no way you're going to have energy to make all this food if you don't got enough food in your stomach. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat a big old, like, a big meal, but you got to eat some. You got to eat some food again. So, what y'all going to eat? So hopefully when I go to this potluck, I know some people don't eat at potlucks because they don't like y'all crazy out here. But some people don't eat at potlucks. But me, I eat at potlucks. I'm hungry. So hopefully when I go, they got some good food. But I know this spaghetti finna be hitting. So I know I'm eating spaghetti today. For sure. Okay, so we're just letting our sauce cook, letting it heat up. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Okay, so later on today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make collard greens. And we're going to do that whole live stream. And then, because last night's prep video went so well, I was so surprised because I'm always cooking and I'm always prepping, but I normally show you guys the finished product when I'm like cooking, or I'll show you guys the food. But I've never done a live stream where I showed you guys the prep. 1,000 views, almost 1,100. We were at like 1,096 when I got off of live. But the fact that 1,000 people tuned in to watch me prep and cut onions, to me, I was like, oh my God, I've been working this hard for no reason. So we are going to do another Thanksgiving Day prep. Last night I prepped for the spaghetti, but tonight I'm going to prep for Thanksgiving and I'm making collard greens. So three lives today. First one is spaghetti for 40 people. Second one is collard greens. The third live is Thanksgiving Day prep. And then I'm be going live again tomorrow. And empty stomach said, let us know if the food is good. You know what? You already know. I'm gonna tell y'all how the food was when I come back for the collard greens. Empty stomach said, wow, yes, 1,000 people tuned in to watch me prep. And I was like, this is crazy. You mean to tell me all this time I've been cooking up here, but y'all really want to see me prep? So we're going to come back. We're doing 3 live streams today. You know, your girl going to be cooking. So if I'm going to be in the kitchen cooking, y'all going to be there with me. And I want to let you know, when you're in the chat, be on your best behavior or you will get removed. And, you know. But y'all are crazy out here. Woo! Okay, so we got our food here. Let me turn this pan down. It's just kind of cooking back here. So let me taste this sauce again to see what it's hitting like. And then I'm going to see if I need to add anything. Oh, thank you so much, Empty Stomach. But you know what, y'all? Be happy with how you look. Embrace who you are. And just be done with it. It is not that serious. This one back here, though, is good. Yeah, just be happy with who you are. And just be yourself. Just be happy. Woo, let me try this over the sink. I want to add some more Italian seasoning to this recipe. And hold on, let me write this down. Okay, so if you guys were here last night when I was prepping, I was showing you guys how I write my recipes and kind of like what goes on. And I'm so happy that you guys like the behind the scenes. You know, like y'all want to see how I write the recipes, how I prep the food out. I did not know. Why y'all didn't tell me that, food again? Why y'all didn't tell me? And then Empty Stomach said, tell them to come to our show. I did. I told them every Sunday. The Foodie Gang food panel is here. And they're also on, the Empty Stomach podcast is on Podbean and Clapper. And let me tell y'all this. It's like the uncut version of the Foodie Gang food panel. Because there's things here that we cannot say on YouTube. You know, we got to respect the community guidelines. You know, it's like a family-oriented show. But when you head over to Clapper or Podbean, it's like the uncut version. So, yeah, we got to be on our best behavior over here at YouTube. They ain't playing with your girl. They not playing with us. Okay. So, we got our pasta on. And I think we're going to get ready to mix it with our noodles. So, I have 2 pots here. And in the pots, that is where I'm going to mix everything together. So, draw back over here. And I got my pot right here. And so, I am going to very carefully, probably over the sink, pour my meat sauce into the pot, and then I'm going to mix it with my noodles. And let this simmer on the stove with the noodles. So let me move some things around here. And like I said, when you're in the kitchen, be safe. Don't be doing the most. Definitely don't say Chef Big Bang told you. Empty Stomach said it is raw and uncut. Yes, it is the uncut version. It's the things that we cannot say on YouTube. And so, to prevent splashing, I'm going to put that whisk in the pot and pour the sauce over the whisk. Okay, so I got my sauce in here. Let me clean this up a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my noodles in here. So I got my noodles right here that we cooked last night when we was prepping together, foodie gang. And we made all of this food. Okay, so I'm going to put my noodles in here. And these noodles have been like sitting on the counter for like an hour or so. I wanted to bring them up to room temp so that they would not be super, super cold when I put them into the pot. And then I'm going to, before I put all these noodles in here, I'm going to stir it. Because I want to make sure that there is enough sauce in my spaghetti. I cannot, one of the things I cannot stand is when you have spaghetti that don't have no sauce in it. It's so irritating. So I want to make sure that I'm not putting too many noodles in here so that I don't got no sauce. Ooh, y'all, look. If you go to a potluck, do you want to see a meal prepared by Chef Big Bank on the line? Because you know if everything else there is nasty, my food finna come through. So, we got our spaghetti right there. And if I need to, I'm going to add some more tomato sauce or some more crushed tomatoes to this if I need to. So, y'all see I got a big old pot of spaghetti. It's going down. Okay, so then we got this one. We're going to come over here. Okay, we got one of our pots mixed. I kind of do want to add more crushed tomatoes to it. Okay, and I'm going to go to the sink, and I have another pot. Oh, let me get this noodle right here. So, I have another pot right here. And Empty Stomach said, always. And Dirty said, okay, looks good. Yes, we got the spaghetti right here. And I'm just going to let this simmer on the stove, cook, and get those flavors. I'm going to add another can of crushed tomatoes to it. And when I do add this can, I'm going to adjust the seasonings if I need to. So y'all can't see it, but it be looking crazy back here when I start cooking. And, okay. Okay, so I'm opening another can of crushed tomatoes, and I'm going to add it to that. And then in a second, we are going to put this tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, in a pot. And we're going to mix some more noodles in with it. And Angela said, I love adding more tomatoes. I love to have extra sauce in spaghetti. Yes. And that's why I went to the store today and I got more tomatoes just in case there wasn't enough. Because when you have a dry spaghetti, it's just like there's nothing that you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just so unfortunate. You want your spaghetti to have enough sauce. Like, see, that's why you can't go to everybody's house and eat their food. Because everybody don't, you know, everybody cooks differently. And so I added some more tomatoes in there. And we are just going to let this, I'm going to turn this pan down. We are just going to let this cook. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to drain these. Or put this meat sauce into a pot and mix some more noodles in it. And y'all, We are making spaghetti for 40 people. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, keep the stove on, donate to the channel, and you can send a super chat. So here we go. Okay, y'all, I'm coming. Okay, we got some more meat sauce. So we are just gonna move this around over here. Move this over here so y'all can see me mixing it. And like I said, when you're in the kitchen, stay calm. Do not panic. Even if something is going wrong, you want to stay calm. It's when we start like freaking out and you start getting nervous that mistakes in the kitchen happen. So you gotta stay calm. Like that's the main thing. I remember Ava was here the other day when we made cookies, but I remember when we were making pancakes, and it was like we always make pancakes, and I'd be teaching her how to cook, and so I was like letting her do it, letting her pour the pancake batter onto the skillet, right? We kind of worked our way up to that, and so she poured the pancake onto the skillet. She went to flip the pancake, and the pancake like fell on the edge of the stove, and a little bit of it was on the pan, and she starts freaking out. She's like, "Mommy, help me, help me!" I'm like, "Ava, calm down." And I was like, "Calm down, Ava," and I grabbed the pancake and then put it back on the stove. But I was like, "Ava, when stuff happens in the kitchen, you have to stay calm. You cannot be like freaking out, acting crazy. You gotta stay calm." And Donald said, "Now that's good spaghetti." Donald said, "You want your spaghetti to really raise your blood pressure." I don't know about that. Make sure y'all go to the doctor. Hey, shouldn't be all that. I don't know about that, Donald. We're not trying to hurt nobody. And I have a little bit of more crushed tomatoes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that, Okay, we're making spaghetti for 40 people. We have 2 big pots on the stove of spaghetti. I think that this is definitely going to be enough. And if it's not, oh well, I'm done. I did my part. And so now I'm going to taste both of the pots of spaghetti because I did add more crushed tomatoes. When you add more of any ingredients, whether that's like water or more liquid, you always want to taste it again to make sure that the seasonings are proper. So we're gonna taste it again. Let me just clean up a little bit. y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is how spaghetti should look. With like plenty of sauce. You got the noodles in here. You got the meat sauce. So you're getting meat in every bite. This is how spaghetti should look. Like, when you invite me over, my spaghetti better look like this. Or I ain't coming. Okay, so here we go. I got my tasting forks over here. And yes, Donald, you can have some. And I put the recipe down below. There's a couple of adjustments that I need to add to the recipe, like the water and all that stuff. But the recipe's already there. I have made spaghetti so many times on this channel. I'm talking about low carb spaghetti. I made a bow tie pasta spaghetti. I made spaghetti and meat sauce. So we do eat a lot of spaghetti here on 907 Good Eats. But I'm going to take it over here and taste it. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that slurp? That's how it should be when you eat spaghetti. Okay, y'all. Okay, so I made too much pasta. I have all this pasta left over. And shout out to the Empty Stomach for sending $5 and becoming the sponsor of the show. You guys, make sure you guys check out the Empty Stomach podcast on Podbean, Clapper. They have a Facebook group. And subscribe to their YouTube channels. Come and join us, the Foodie Gang Food Panel. Our next show is going to be December 8th. And it is already set up. We are going to talk about the future of cooking. And do we think that that's for robots or not? But shout out to the Empty Stomach podcast for becoming the sponsor of the show. And putting that money on the table. And keeping the stove on. Because y'all know, food ain't cheap. So we got to keep the stove on. I think I'm going to add a little bit more Mrs. Dash to this. So, thank you so much, Empty Stomach. And you know what? Shout out to Facebook. Because of Facebook, I have met some really amazing people. And I've met some really amazing cooks as well. So, shout out to Facebook for that. And speaking of Facebook, this Sunday we are going to be interviewing another chef. And she makes amazing food. Amazing food. So I cannot wait to hear her story. And Empty Stomach said, nope, it's not cheap. But y'all put Empty Stomach in the chat if you are in the chat. And Angela said, robots can't taste to season food well. But Angela, I don't even feel like they really care about food being seasoned. They care, in my opinion, this is all allegedly, but it seems like they care more about the budget. And so, will robots be replacing humans in the kitchen in the future because of the budget? So, December 8th, Empty Stomach Podcast is going to be here. We're going to talk about it. In the meantime, check them out on Podbean and Clapper and on Facebook. And they be on TikTok as well. They be doing everything. Everything. But yes, Angela, I kind of don't feel like food tasting good is the main concern. Sometimes, in my opinion. Now, you know what I'm going to tell y'all to do. I'm going to tell y'all to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. And Horse, how are you doing? How are you doing? And Angela said, Thanks for your donation to support this channel. Yes, thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Empty Stomach Podcast came back through with $50. That's going to make them the sponsor of the show with $55. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys head over to the Empty Stomach YouTube channel and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Um, I did an interview with Empty Stomach Podcast months ago, and when after I did the interview, I was like, I know that this group, this podcast is gonna go so far, and I have been one of their main supporters since day one. So on my group on Facebook, I seen some of their posts. I met their sister, and so since day one, it has just been so great, and I love our new show. But thank you to the Empty Stomach Podcast. He said, you are more than welcome. Y'all put Empty Stomach in the chat. And Angela said, Empty Stomach Podcast, thanks for your extra generous donation to support this channel. And Empty Stomach said, yes, we have. Yes, ever since I first met them, we did our first interview. We've been locked in ever since. And then that's when I came up with the Foodie Gang Food Panel. I was like, I gotta make a position for them on this channel. And so we've been locked in ever since. And you know what? It's all thanks to Facebook. I've met some really amazing foodies on Facebook. And then, you guys, okay, so I've done a couple of interviews, and I haven't done them in a while. But Chef Quinn, if you guys remember my day one Foodie Gang members, Chef Quinn, what I did an interview with him. He was a chef that is based in Tampa, Florida. Really great chef, really amazing food. I'm telling y'all, I be watching. And when I see great content consistently, when I see great food, I got to reach out. So Chef Quinn was like, I know another chef. Boom. So then I met Chef Shirley. She makes amazing food. I cannot wait for you guys and for myself to really meet her and to learn the backstory. You know when y'all be seeing them posts on Instagram where it be like Mother's Day and they have like an elaborate spread. I'm talking about mimosas, tray. It's just so beautiful. She makes food like that. And I'll be up here with my little plates. But to make a whole spread, that's a lot of work. So I think we are done with our spaghetti. And I'm just up here talking. But shout out to the Empty Stomach. And he said, yes, super locked. Yes, we locked in. Chef Big Bang was on Podbean, giving my opinion. I be everywhere. I be going everywhere. And you know what? I support everyone because life, like I said, life is hard. There's no reason. No reason for y'all to be out here like this acting cray-cray. There's enough. I'm going to put them in these pans. We can all support each other. We don't have to be nasty. And I made a lot of extra pasta, so we're going to have some type of pasta coming up pretty soon here. What I like to do is when I use these trays, I'll put a sheet pan underneath it so that it the pan doesn't like buckle from the weight. So, and then I have a box that I'm going to transport all of these in. Okay, y'all been up here talking for all this time. I mean, let me not miss my own event that I'm supposed to be going to. I'm bringing all this spaghetti to. But shout out to the Empty Stomach for coming through with the $55. And y'all keep the stove on. Send the super chat. But here we go. Let me taste this. Let me see what this hitting for. Okay, so y'all can see. Mmm. In my opinion, spaghetti is better the next day because all those flavors really sit in there and get locked in. So I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna try that one. I'm gonna get a different fork because when you are serving other people, you should not be double tipping. You should get a whole new fork. And you guys can see like my sauce is pretty like saucy still. So I could add more noodles, but I'm not going to because these noodles are gonna absorb some of the liquid. So you don't want to put too much noodles into your spaghetti, but look at that. Mmm. You know when you eat something so good, you want to dance. Okay, y'all. I think this is done. This is really, really good. If I went to a potluck and I saw this on the line, I would be very, very happy, very excited. And Empty Stomach said that looks good. Yes, y'all. This is how you know when you can cook because it's one thing to go home and to make food for yourself, but when you're able to cook in batches and you still have good food, like that's how you know. And when I worked in the kitchen, I told this story last night, but I'm telling it again. Somebody told me that my mac and cheese was the best mac and cheese that they ever had in their life. I will never forget that compliment because, and this man was like in his 40s, so he lived a long time. But that is such a high praise. I couldn't even believe it. And Angela said, wow, yes, Angela, I like that. That's a high marker, like the best mac and cheese you ever had in your life. And you know when you cook and you're like, this isn't my best, but it's still good. I felt like it wasn't even my best mac and cheese. That's Tsp made mac and cheese. Best mac and cheese he ever had in his life. I felt like it wasn't even my best, but to know that he felt it was the best he ever had in his life, it's like, wow, bro. Yeah, I'll never forget that compliment though. Never. Okay, so the next thing, I have to get some water, y'all. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put this into our pans. And this spaghetti is hot. It's hot. But we're going to put it into our pan. And we're going to see what it's going to do. So let me get a scoop. Maybe I'll even get a bowl. Let me get something. When I worked in the kitchen, we had these, because we cooked in batches all the time. And El Cheapo said, do you put cheese? You know what? This is why y'all are my people. Because y'all be thinking ahead of me. And so what I'm going to do, El Cheapo, is once I put my spaghetti in the pan, I am going to top it with parsley and Parmesan cheese. But yes, again, that's why y'all my people, because y'all be thinking ahead. So what I was going to say, when we worked in the kitchen, we had like these gigantic scoops. And it was like, it looked like half a gallon of milk and the scoop is like cut off. I don't know, it was weird. But we had a gigantic scoop because we will be cooking a lot. I don't have a scoop, so I'm going to try to use this. We're going to see what this is hitting like. And I'm going to move this a little bit closer so that, but yes, I'm going to top this with Parmesan cheese. Yeah, you know what? If you go to a potluck and you get this, you like this is good. Like for a potluck, y'all. Come on now. This is a great deal right here. Y'all, I'll be up here talking so much. I'm like, let me not miss my own event. Let me get going. Okay, this one's kind of full, so I might try to move some of this over. Because your girl is kind of clumsy, I ain't gonna lie. All right, y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are down in the chat, you need to be respectful. We just gonna kick you up out the kitchen. Cause you know what? If you can't behave, you don't even deserve to be here with the foodie gang. Okay? You don't even deserve to be here with the foodie gang. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a third pan. Alright, but shout out to the Empty Stomach for coming through and sponsoring the show with the $55. And you guys keep the stove on. And send a super chat with your thoughts. Join the channel and become a member. Receive exclusive perks. So I released a sneak peek of what I'm doing with my turkey this year. So if you are a member, you already know what's going on, you know what's coming up, but join the channel. And John said top with cheese and pepperoni. I have never had pepperoni in my spaghetti, but I saw something on Facebook recently where someone had like pepperonis in it. I'm like, oh, okay. I've never tried it before. Maybe I'll have to try that one day. Okay. So I have fresh parsley, but I think I'm going to use dry parsley for this. Just because I know it's going to sit for a little bit, and sometimes when the fresh parsley sits, it looks kind of weird. But y'all, we are going to come back here. We're going to be making collard greens. And then we are going to be prepping for Thanksgiving tonight. So y'all make sure y'all come back. Turn on the notification bell. I'm finna be cooking. Y'all know Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So your girl got to get busy. A lot of my time was occupied with this spaghetti. But now that this is done, finna go to my event. And we can move on. We're going to move on to our Thanksgiving prep. We're going to move on to the collard greens. Okay, there you have it. Spaghetti for 40 people. So I have my 2 pans in the front, and I have another pan back here. So I'm gonna wrap this in foil and then work on transporting this to the potluck. And I will see you guys back here for collard greens and for our Thanksgiving Day prep. And then tomorrow I am going to be seasoning my turkey. So if you remember, you already know what's going on with the turkey. But for those of you who don't know, turn on the notification bell so that when I do go live, you get notified. We got an action-packed week. We're doing 3 live streams today, probably 2 or 3 tomorrow. I plan to take Friday off. We're going to come back for the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast. I want to make chocolate chip waffles. The menu may change. Then on Sunday, we have Chef Shirley stopping by 907 Good Eats. So, action-packed week. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my kitchen today and watching me make spaghetti for 40 people. Shout out to the Empty Stomach for being the sponsor of this live stream with the $55. And if you guys want to donate to the channel and keep the stove on, you can always send a super chat, or after this video airs, you can send a super thanks on any one of my videos. And okay, so El Chipo said, ooh, wait. So question, do you ever use shredded cheese? Yes, I do. I do use shredded Parmesan. Let me show you guys this. My sister gave me this, and I have to get a cheese grater. So this is fresh Parmesan. I can't even say it. Parmesan Reggiano. But I do not have a cheese grater. If I did have a cheese grater, I would have grated fresh Parmesan cheese over all of this spaghetti. But I got to get a cheese grater, so this will be in our feature Foodie Gang. We got our fresh Parmesan. So you know when you go to Olive Garden and they bring that Parmesan to you and they grate it, that's what this is. So we got cheese here, but yes, El Cheapo, I have made spaghetti a lot in my lifetime, and every time I do it differently. But yes, El Cheapo, I use shredded cheese all the time, but I gotta get a cheese grater for this fresh Parmesan. So that's gonna be in our future. And if I had shredded Parmesan, I'd put some of that on top. But El Cheapo, I have done spaghetti so many different ways. And I've also had it so many different ways. So, and that's why we're going to be up here for the next 10 years cooking. And then, okay, so El Ciba said, nah, I'm talking about the 4 cheese blend. I think I'm ghetto. Well, El Ciba, you know you got ghetto eats. And, okay, so I was watching El Chipo's live stream the other day. She made stuffed jalapeno peppers wrapped in bacon. Delicious. Y'all, check out her YouTube channel. She does vlogs, a lot of traveling. She's also a mom, a lot of decoration. She goes to the laundromat. She'll be in the car. It is very entertaining. And El Chipo, I'm very excited for you. I think content creation is for you. But I haven't used the 4 cheese blend. I've used like mozzarella, Parmesan. And Jack said, happy holidays, love. Thank you so much. And y'all, let me wrap this in foil before it cools down for too much. But thank you so much, everybody. And I will see you guys back here here for the collard greens, okay? And if you know about them collard greens, you know about them collard greens. If you don't know about the collard greens and you never have had them before, this is a great opportunity for you to see how they are cooked and for you to get a recipe for collard greens. And even if you don't have time to make it for Thanksgiving, you can always make collard greens for Christmas and for any of the holidays that you and your family celebrate. And people said, I love the live. It was great. Yes, you guys. And we just going to be cooking and chatting. That's what we do over here. But let me put this down. See, that's why I don't want to do the foil while y'all here. It's just loud. But shout out to the Foodie Gang. I'll see y'all in the next one. Shout out to the sponsor of the show. We got the Empty Stomach. Check them out on Podbean, Clapper. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Also subscribe to El Cheapo and Liliana. They're doing some great work over there. I will see you guys in the next one. I am your host, and this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. And I will see you guys on the next one. Foodie gang, gang, gang.